The beta is finally here. Hey there broskies, it's Lupus, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my first impressions on the Battlefield 4 beta after playing it for the past few days. So I'm going to go through a little series of things that I liked about it, and then I'm also going to give you guys some gripes about it. Hopefully DICE can look at these gripes and improve upon them before the full game comes out so the experience is that much better. So first off, let's go through the likes. Whenever I initially downloaded the beta, I thought it was so much fun just right off the bat. I started playing with some of my old friends who I used to play Battlefield 3 with back before we got bored of it, and overall it was just so much fun, so much stuff to do, and I really did enjoy it. One of the things that I thought was really weird about it, not really weird but different, was the formula of the game. It's hard to really explain what that means, but somehow the game is just formulated to the point where all of those epic moments that were originally presented to us in Battlefield 3, those shooting down helicopters with RPGs, ridiculous sniper shots, the Riddizook, stuff like that, it just seems like it's easier to do now. It happens more often because within the first couple games of me playing, I shot down 3 helicopters with the RPG. I took out a tank with my XM25, which is like the grenade launcher, and I did a lot of ridiculous things that overall just doesn't happen as often in Battlefield 3. And I thought that was really awesome, and to me it just makes it that much more immersive to have those moments happen even more often. I also liked the ability to lock onto a helicopter with your RPG if somebody was flamming it with the PLD, and I thought that was really awesome, and it was just so much fun whenever a little bird's coming at you and you have your RPG and you shoot it at them, it locks onto them and just they blow up, and it was just amazing. I also enjoyed the lean feature. The lean feature was definitely something really useful, and it kind of helped you get those long range kills, I noticed, more often than short range. If people were a little far off, there was a sniper, you lean around the corner, he doesn't really notice you as easily, and you can maybe get those bursts into him and take him out before he actually gets you with his sniper, which I thought was something really cool. I also liked the 5-man squads, which is actually really funny. I'm actually going to show a clip in the background of me having a 6-man squad. My friend actually joined in on me and another friend, and our squad was full, but since he joined in on us, it put him in our squad, which made us have a 6-man squad, and I thought that was really funny, and it was pretty interesting to have 6 men in one squad, just doubling up the perks, doubling up the squad play, and it was definitely really fun to have that happen as well. Now I'm going to move on to the gripes that I had about it. So the gripes I'm going to focus on just a little bit more because I would like to see them fixed before the full game comes out. But if you are a PC player, some of these gripes will not really involve you because these are primarily problems that I noticed on the consoles. So first off, whenever I initially downloaded the beta, I started playing it, the textures were really bad. Like, it was ridiculous how bad they were. They looked like Nintendo 64 graphics. And I know the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 don't have the best capabilities when it comes to graphics, but they still look better than what they were showing here. It was a step backwards from Battlefield 3 initially. And I also noticed that whenever you pulled out a gun with iron sights on it, the iron sights would be blocks rather than having these the openings where you could actually aim down sights with them. And you'd have to switch your weapon real fast in order to get it to fix itself. And I definitely thought that was a little bit of a hindrance because maybe in the time you're switching weapons, if you're playing Conquest Domination, somebody would be able to find you and kill you, and you wouldn't have any reaction to that. But I did notice after the first day of playing it, these issues were somewhat fixed. The graphics kind of started to settle down. They got a little bit better, and I didn't notice as much problem with the iron sights. But I definitely think that that was a bit of an issue in the beginning, and I don't think that this is going to be a problem in the full game, just because this was a 1.5 gigabyte download, so they couldn't really fit and optimize it as much as they wanted to, unless they wanted to make a bigger size file, which nobody would want to download because it would take forever. Another gripe that I had was the fact that there were no boats in Conquest on Siege of Shanghai. What is up with that? On console, there are absolutely no boats. There's not any, like, just little rib boats. There are no attack boats. Nothing like that was there at all. And it was kind of empty. It felt kind of lonely. We already have to deal with the fact that there's only 24 players, but looking out in that water and not seeing any action go on at all was a little bit ridiculous. I would have rather been killed multiple times and just get dominated by a tank being out in the water than not seeing it there at all, because it just kind of made it a little bit boring. and I don't really know why they didn't include it. I do think it had something to do with the small gigabyte sized beta as well, but I would have liked to see the boats, because that was one of the things that I was looking forward to the most, is trying out the new attack boats that they had just now introduced. Another gripe that I had was that there was lack of furniture in some of the buildings. And the top of the middle skyscraper, which on PC is the C flag, on console is the B flag, at that flag, if you go up to the top of the building, there's usually furniture inside of those rooms up there. There's a counter, there's couches, there's all this stuff. But on console, there's no furniture at all. And I don't know why. I guess, once again, it probably has to do with that small beta size. But I would definitely like to see this fixed in the full game. I hope this isn't like this in the full game, because if it is, then I'm definitely going to be anticipating getting my next-gen console that much more. But overall, these problems aren't very big. I do think the game was so much fun that these problems were a little bit unnoticeable. But I did have one more problem that I thought was a little bit more significant. For all of you guys who have been playing Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2 on consoles for a while, you guys will agree with me on this. They changed the button layout to something more Call of Duty style, and it is just awful. It's not that it's unusable, you can kind of get used to it after a while, but it's very unnatural, and I wish they would have at least have added the option to have the old button layout, which would have been a lot better. But they only have two button layouts. One of them is very similar to the Call of Duty tactical layout, and the other one is basically the Call of Duty layout, just with the addition of all the extra Battlefield features on certain buttons that aren't really used in Call of Duty the same way. I really thought that was kind of lame, and I would really appreciate it if anybody from DICE happens to come across this video. I would really appreciate it, and I can speak for a lot of people on console, if you guys would just add the option to have to go back to the original Battlefield 3, Bad Company 2, all those Battlefield games style layout for your buttons, because it's just that much easier. They did add the original layout for the vehicles, but for some reason they decided not to do that for the people, and I would really like to see them bring that back, because any diehard Battlefield fan on the console is going to want that back. And I understand they did that to maybe draw some Call of Duty players and make them feel more at home, but can't you at least make your longtime fans feel a little bit more at home? That's all I'm asking. But that's my likes and gripes for this video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys have any likes or gripes that I did not mention that is either on PC or on console, then definitely leave it in the comment section down below. But if you guys did like this video, be sure to smack that like button. And if you'd like more great content, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.